Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to get the Onirifalx Rod here inside of Fisch on Roblox. So the very first thing you need to do before we can really do any of this is we need to locate this Isonade pool, which is also known as the Strange Whirlpool. A notification will spawn up on top of here whenever you go ahead and get it. So, stuck in the boat. Basically, you have to go into this whirlpool. You can only go into the one that says Isonade on the outside if you turn your fish radar on, or obviously, of course, you can see it by the little whirl coming out of it. But basically, jump down here until you are at the depths. If you haven't already unlocked the depths, you can go check out my video. I have a full guide on how to unlock the depths rod, all of that crap. So if you want to go ahead and get that, you can go ahead and check that out. But basically, you have to make it all the way through the depths. So I'm going to just jump up here and then do the obby, if I can get up here, and then just jump off. That way I don't have to do the obby. Then once you've made it to this zone, this is where we can actually start getting the rod itself. So I'm going to fly through this little crevice, whatever the crap you want to call it. We're in here. So we need to head all the way over to the very end, and there's going to be a little NPC that we can go ahead and talk to, and we have to give him three or multiple different NPCs items, and this is going to be the first one. So we're going to head up to the top right here. I believe it is over on this. Okay, so follow me this way. I was actually just completely lying to you. It's not that way. So we need to go this way, and then it's going to be behind where you put the blue relic. Where is that? Right here. All right, so behind this blue abyssal relic right here, that's for using the depth rod. You're going to talk to this guy right here, and he's basically going to tell you, you're going to just click wakey wakey on him and basically go through the whole chat log or whatever, and he's going to ask us for a charred boot. Now, I'm going to show you really quickly the best way to go ahead and get it. All right, so basically he's going to ask for the charred boot, and we're going to go ahead. I should have one. There we go. I will be showing you how to go ahead and get one of these really quickly. And let me just go ahead and give it to him, and this is going to be the very first quest. Here it is. And boom. Now we have received ×10 floppy, and we have a new highest weight. Now we need to go ahead and then basically go through this quest line, and we're going to see if we can go ahead and see what the next item is. So it says, could you grab me a skylet? It needs to be it needs to express pure wrath. So that means you're going to go ahead and need a skylet with the wrath enchantment on it, and or a mutation on it, and I'll also show you how to go ahead and get this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this into him. I have one right now. I'll show you how to get all of these extremely fast and the best method here in a second. I just want to show you the quest in and of itself. So boom, we just gave that to him. And then basically we're going to keep going through with the quest line, and there's one more item that we need to go ahead and give him, and that is going to go ahead and be, we talk to him again, he's going to tell us, and then he's going to ask what the actual thing is, a shiny Sparkling Wrath Floppy, and I believe I also have that well. So we're going to go ahead and type in Wrath. Boom, we have it. And then we're going to go ahead and turn this in, and again, I will show you how to get this one, all three of these items extremely fast. But there we go. You have unlocked the Onirifalx, whatever the crap that's called, rod. So if we head into the equipment bag and we type it in, we do now have the rod. I'm gonna spell it. There we go. It is a pretty cool rod. One of the best, if not the best, in the game. So let me go ahead and show you how we can go ahead and get the charred boot extremely quickly. What is, this is the, all right. So what you guys want to go ahead and do is head over to Sunstone Island. This is going to be the best way to get the boot. And you're going to head over to Sunstone Island, and you're going to want to find this spot. So it's up on the actual island. So it's actually, I thought it was water. So you guys want to go ahead and climb up this ladder here at Sunstone Island, and then you're going to want to run over to where the sun's. All right, and what you want to do is head over past, instead of going to the actual sundial totems, you're going to want to head this way. Oh, that's also the enchant relics and all that, but you want to head this way, and you're going to see this little room right here. Now, this room is going to basically make your luck absolutely terrible, which is exactly what you need to go ahead and catch this. So you need to go ahead and get the Zeus rod. That way you can get the correct charred enchantment on it. So make sure you have the Zeus rod, and then you're going to want to go ahead and start fishing in this area, but you're also going to want to equip some pretty bad bait. So probably the garbage bait would work best for this. That way you're always pulling pretty terrible. But all right, so we're fishing here, and you will see that I'm going to be getting some pretty terrible stuff, which is exactly what we need, because we need to get a boot with the charred mutation on it. So yeah, we literally caught a boot first try. So all we have to do is now get the charred mutation on it, and we can only get this from the Zeus's rod, which is the thunderstorm ability, at a 10% chance. By the way, I will be giving away a full set of charred boot and basically everything you need for this quest to one person that comments down below. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Also, this is very, very easy to AFK macro. So I will have my macro video in the top right corner and the description and the pinned comment probably. So go check that out. That will help you. That way you don't have to sit here and manually fish, but it won't take you very long at all, considering obviously like we got a boot first try. I'll just throw another one in. Now obviously you're not going to get boot every time, but it will be really easy to get this, especially if you do exactly what I'm showing you right now. But yeah, this is definitely the best way to go ahead and do this as fast as possible. So there we go. We got pretty much terrible stuff, which is the entire point of that. So yeah, once you have your charred boot, which we already talked about, you can go ahead and return that to the guy at the vertigo or the depths. That's what I meant, but you have to go through vertigo to get there. But yeah, now the next thing we need to go ahead and get. Okay, so the very next thing we need to do is go ahead and get the Wrath Scylla, which is going to be a mutation that you can only go ahead and get with the Rod of the Zenith. So we need to go ahead and get the Rod of the Zenith, and how you can go ahead and do that is I'm going to just use the Traveler's Whistler to get there, but you need to unlock the Mariana's Veil and basically everything inside of it. And you need to get to the Abyssal Zenith. Basically, you guys can go ahead and teleport here, and this is where we're going to actually buy the rod. All right, so what you want to do do is head all the way over to this rod right here. This again is in the Abyssal Zenith. So if you haven't already completed that, go ahead and complete that because you can only get the Wrath mutation from this. So there we go. Now, the next thing you need to keep in mind is the only way to actually catch one of these Skylets is going to be in the Calm Zone. So let me show you where you basically get there. We're gonna go ahead and teleport to the Calm Zone, and you basically have to go through this area right here. If you haven't unlocked it, you can go watch my videos on it. I made videos on basically how to unlock everything here. So if you wanna go watch those, you can go ahead and watch those. But basically, you're gonna make it all the way to the end, and you're going to basically find a boss that you can go ahead and fight. And this is gonna, or not fight, that you can fish up, and this is gonna be the Scylla. It's going to spawn in randomly in the server. So I'm gonna fly all the way over here. That way you guys can kind of get a glimpse of what I'm talking about. But we are not done yet because you need to also get the invincible enchant on your rod, because the base KG for this rod, the Wrath Rod or whatever the crap we just bought, you need to be able to actually fish up the Scylla, but the base KG for that rod is not high enough. So you need to have the enchant or it literally just can't catch the fish. It will literally just be impossible to catch the Scylla. So make sure you've completed all of this. I do have videos again on how you can complete all of it if you haven't already. It's not too bad to complete at all. It just takes a bit. So once you guys have completed that, you can head all the way into this zone right here. And this is where the Scylla will spawn in. It is an event that spawns in at the top of the server and it'll say that they have gone ahead and spawned in. This is actually not even the right zone yet. I'm still not to the correct spot. You basically just have to keep going all the way to the end of this and then spawn into like the room. Actually, I believe I actually already logged that. All right, and then you just drop down into this little hole right here, and this is going to teleport you into that room where you can actually catch the Scylla. So yeah, we are in the Veil of Forsaken, and this is where it will spawn in. So again, like I said, you need to have the invincible mutation on the rod that we just the rod of the Zenith. Let me go ahead and find that for you. So yeah, right here. That way it can actually catch the Scylla and also get the Wrath mutation on it. But do keep in mind that will take you a bit of time to do, especially because you have to wait for the thing to spawn in. So make sure you are ready and that you will catch it every single time. Yeah, the rod's also terrible, so keep that in mind. All right, so the very next place we need to go ahead and get for the last item is going to be at Ancient Isles. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn my boat in and start making my way towards Ancient Isles. And this one right here is probably the hardest. Just kidding, I don't even know. I'm just making this. All right, so this last one is probably the hardest because you have to get a, okay, so you can't actually appraise this. You have to go ahead and catch it with all three, and that's going to be a shiny Sparkling Wrath Floppy. We need to go ahead and head over to Ancient Isles and go to the top of this island. All right, so once you guys have gone ahead, you can use the zip line to go ahead and get all the way up here. You're going to need to go ahead and start fishing in this pool, but keep in mind that your rod is going to need to have, so it's glittering and what? And on what rod? So now on the rod of the Zenith, what my recommendation is at least is that you get Blessed Enchant, which is from the Exalted Relics, which is just going to increase your chance of getting a sharp sparkling. Then you can also go ahead and get the glittering, which is going to give you increase your chance of shiny, or maybe it's the other way around. I looked, yeah, it's just both for both of those enchants, right? And you're going to want to use the rod and fish in here, and you have to go ahead and get all of them on the catch. You can't appraise it. So this is definitely by far the hardest one out of all of the quests. But if you use those enchants, like I said, it will make it a lot easier. Keep in mind that the Blessed is from the Exalted and the glittering or glimmering is from Cosmetic, so, or Cosmic Relic. So yeah, again, make sure you're using the Rod of the Zenith for this one and the last quest that we went ahead and completed, or you cannot get the Wrath and mutation. So again, you need the Sparkling Shiny Wrath Floppy, and you can only get, or I believe you can only get the Floppy from this area right here. There's probably other spots, but this is the best area to go ahead and do it in. And then boom, once you've done that, you will be able to have, yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Also, I will have that macro video linked in the description, so go check that out if you want to use that to do. Oh yeah, and I'm also giving away those items for the Onirifalx, whatever the crap it's called, rod. So make sure you check that out. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.